So you've built an e-commerce business. Maybe it's doing 30, 50 or 80k revenue months, but a new set of problems has come along and you feel like you're battling every day just to keep things from falling apart. You've got ideas that you never act on, you've got team members but you're still the one that fixes everything, and you're doing the same tasks over and over again and you're wondering why your growth is slowing. I get it. I used to feel like my business was being babysat by me every single day, but now I've done over £1.3 million in e-commerce sales and I run my business in just an hour a day, and I've been able to live in 6 different countries while running it. The difference has been systems. Boring. I know, I get it. Perhaps you're the sort of person that hates SOPs or switches off the moment someone says processes, but it has been the single biggest unlock for me in my business journey. In this video, I'll show you how to finally escape the day-to-day running of your business and provide a step-by-step guide to ensure that your business runs without you. Here we go, let's get into it. I've got this Miro board open in front of us now, and if you watch through to the end of this video, you'll know the exact process to follow to remove yourself from the business. And I understand maybe this isn't the sort of thing that you get excited about doing, but it is the single only way that you'll ever have a business that runs without you. This means that you'll have a sellable asset that isn't completely reliant on you, and you get your life back. So this should be really compelling. It's not just a case of having to do some processes. It really does make a difference in the quality of your life. So let's dive straight in. So understanding that you've built the business, your revenue's coming in. The problem clearly isn't the products. The problem isn't your ambition or the ideas that you've got. The problem is that you can't scale because you're still doing everything. And I was in this position too, and I had to systemize every task until I got to a point where I could start traveling and scale my business, because I wasn't the one that needed to do everything for the business to continue running and growing. And if you have a look at this sales graph, I've been there. I can show you here. This is my Shopify sales graph back a few years ago, and you can see that there's sales across the whole year, but on the whole, it's pretty much plateauing, and there's no real growth to be shown by the end of the year compared to the start of the year. And the reason that was the case is because I was so heavily dependent on. And I was in a position where actually every day felt like chaos, because I was the one that was running every single task. I was the one that was fulfilling every single order. I was the one that was chasing customers or chasing suppliers for tracking details and asking customers to confirm if they're going to leave a review or not. It was all done by me. And so I was on this little laptop here in my desk in a position where it was all on me. And that was the whole reason why it couldn't scale. But I thought I was doing the right thing by just working incredibly hard to keep the business going. But the only difference that allowed me to go from chaos to clarity was when I was able to step back. And by removing myself so closely to the day-to-day tasks, remove me as a bottleneck for the growth of the business. Because I could bring people in that were better than me at customer service. And it meant that I could look at the KPIs, the single most important metrics that really matter to the business, like the ROAS that I was achieving on my Google ads. So I could scale the business up. Do months like 60k months were regular and are still regular, and at the same time I can now travel around because I have systemized. So that's what we're going to go through today. So step 1 in this step-by-step guide is to get intentional. The first thing we can do before we move into any kind of outsourcing or automating, we need to actually understand what's on your plate right now, what's making you feel overwhelmed, and what can we actually outsource. So the best way to do this is to start writing things down. So write down everything you do over the course of 3 days. And I needed to do this myself at the start, because when you're running a business, it's so easy to just do everything yourself. And as soon as an email comes in, you're the one that replies to it. And as soon as you get a message on Slack from a team member, you just immediately reply. And you never take a step back to think about what tasks am I actually doing. So I ended up doing customer service. I'd be answering a customer's inquiry about a certain product. The next minute I'd be fulfilling an order that we had in that day, and then I'd be checking stock to make sure the stock's correct on my website. All these different tasks, it was all on me to do. But as soon as I started getting intentional and writing things down, whether that's in a planner like this Legend planner that I use, or whether it's just writing things into your calendar or just on a to-do list or some way of tracking the tasks that you do, then it starts to make sure that you can be understanding what you're actually doing with your time. So the best way I recommend to do this as well is I've actually created a resource where you actually can audit the tasks that you do, and it will tell you how you're spending your time and the biggest opportunities that you've got with that time. If you send me a message on Instagram, which is the second link in this description, I'll send over that resource to you, and it makes it super simple for you to track the tasks that you're doing, and it will tell you what you need to delete, what you need to automate, and what you need to outsource. And it gives you the whole way of doing it. But that's the next step. Once you've written down the tasks that you're doing, you then highlight the ones that you shouldn't be doing at all, highlight the ones that are ready to be outsourced, and highlight the ones that need to be automated. And there will be some tasks that you need to do yourself, but ultimately we want to get ourselves to a position where you're only doing tasks that only you can do. So that's step one. We've become aware at this point what we're doing. Now that we know what we're doing, we can now look at those systems or those tasks that we're doing and realize that we should turn them into systems. So this is, for me, the part where we get to start taking a step back from those tasks. So if you feel like you've got chains on, the business is holding you captive because of all the tasks that you have to do, this is the way that we can actually step back, release ourselves from those chains. And the way we do this is in the form of processes. So it's in the form of writing checklists for how you complete every task within your business. So this is the real tactical stuff. But this is the way that I do this. So I look back at that sheet, or if you've used the resource that I've sent you, you look at the resources that have been highlighted that are ready to be outsourced. And we're going to start recording ourselves doing those tasks. So for example, order fulfillment. We're going to use order fulfillment as the example. And you know that every single day, you are the one that is asking suppliers for tracking numbers, you're sending order details to suppliers, and you're making sure that products get to your customers. So the best way to outsource this initially is just to record yourself doing the task, start to finish. So use Loom, pay for the paid version of Loom, it's like £10 a month, but it's well worth it. But download Loom and just record yourself going from start to finish. Once you've done the start to finish Loom recording, you then have a transcript in Loom of everything that you said during that recording, and then copy that transcript and send it to ChatGPT and say, this is a Loom video I've just recorded of a process, and I'd like you to turn this into a step-by-step SOP. That will then create that for you. You just want to copy and paste that, save that into your Google Drive, and make sure that you're organizing your Google Drive. So the way that I organize this in my Google Drive is only 3 folders in my drive. It's finance, marketing, and operations, and all SOPs and everything related to your business will fall under those three different folders. And that way, when you bring people on board, it's easy for them to navigate around your Google Drive. Don't make it a mess. Definitely worth tidying up. So for order fulfillment, that would be an operation. So I'd be saving that SOP into the operations folder, and it's there ready to outsource to somebody. From there, the next thing to do would actually be to hire people that will do those tasks for you. And I hire from onlinejobs.ph. I'd start with customer service, then I'd outsource order fulfillment and all the other admin tasks as well after that. And because you've got Loom videos, because you've got checklists, they don't need you all the time to teach them. They can just watch the videos at their own pace, and they've got checklists to follow. So when I did this, been through this process multiple times, and my VA actually told me that when she first joined and she worked the first weekend shift, she said that she had spent the entire weekend with me because she was watching all of the SOPs that I created, and they were so in depth that she felt like she spent time with me. And that's the power of SOPs. When you create systems, you basically can be with your VA constantly to walk them through every system, and it's seriously powerful stuff. Again, if you want help with hiring a VA, you've got a couple of options. I can help you with that. Either send me that message on Instagram and ask me for the VA hiring toolkit that I've got to help you with contracts and job posts and everything, or book a call with me with the first link in the description, and we can actually talk about how to implement this into your own business and how it would work for your specific position. Okay, on to step 3 then. Now that we have got intentional about what we're doing, we've systemized the business and we're looking to hire people to outsource the tasks that need to be outsourced, we can now step back into the owner role, and we'll start to only work on tasks that we can work on. So this is where our role changes. We go from being a doer to a leader. And it's so easy when you start a business. You get reinforced constantly for doing tasks, and you get patted on the back because you get more money through the business because you're doing everything. But there is a plateau, a point at which you can bring the business to on your own. And up to that point, as you saw with my sales graph, it's a plateau. You can only bring it to a certain position. Beyond that, we need to rise to the level of our systems, and that means we need to have systems and people in place that will grow the business beyond that. So the things that we'll be focusing on now that we've outsourced, your job becomes overseeing KPIs, signing suppliers, managing the team, and optimizing ads. That's it. Suddenly you can take a step back from all of the tasks that you get brought in on, and you're just having a high level view of your business. and really pulling the levers that we can pull to grow the business, like optimizing your ad campaigns or signing new suppliers, just the things that matter the most. So delegate everything else. This is when we stop babysitting a business, we start leading, and that's how you can start running your business in an hour a day. And when I work on my e-commerce business, I'm working on the things that really move the needle for my business and the things I enjoy doing as well. So it's an incredible task. It's one of these things that it's boring, and this is why I've made it the title of the video. It's boring to get into it, but it is the only way that you'll ever be able to step back and enjoy running your business again. So to summarize, if we want to escape the day-to-day, and if you want to grow your business while you actually work less on the boring tasks, then we need to follow this process. It starts by letting go, by auditing what you're doing right now and removing the noise. It then moves on to systemizing, so you gain clarity by systemizing the processes that you're doing as a business, and you bring in VAs. And then the third step is when we can level up, because you're only working on growth and leadership tasks, which means your business benefits from you putting all the effort and focus into running the business as it needs to be run. Think about your business now. Do you not realize, or do you not believe, that if you put all of your time into just focusing on what grows the business and managing the KPIs and looking deeply and having a really strong understanding of the health of your business day to day, can you not see then how your business will go from where you are now to 5x, 10x, 20x the business size within a much smaller amount of time, because you're all in on the growth tasks? So very exciting. Now, if you want help with this, follow the process that I've provided today. If you want it more in-depth advice on your specific situation, then feel free to book a call with the first link in the description, and we can chat through how this would work in your business. And also feel free to send me a message on Instagram. If you just send me the word system, or just ask for the resource pack that I mentioned in this video, I can get that sent across to you straight away. Cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. Hope it helps you escape the day-to-day and grow your business and allow the business to run itself. If you have done, subscribe and let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.